Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy, a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. Today I want to talk about the astrological influences for September 2014. This is a general forecast. This is not about any specific zodiac sign that you might be, but this is general information. So what that means is this influence does affect all of us in the same way. But if I was to do something that was a little more detail-oriented for you Virgos out there, I would be able to tell you what house all of these things were happening in. But today I'm not able to do that since I don't have your personal information, and I'm not going to do sun sign astrology. So now that I've told you what I'm not going to do, let me do what I want to do. Here we are, September 2014. So the first influence that I would like to talk about is on September 2nd, and that is Mercury moving into the sign of Libra. Mercury is our planet of communication. That's the truth for everybody. And while he is moving through the zodiac belt in the sign of Libra, it helps us to formulate words better, to be a better negotiator, to communicate in a more balanced fashion. Now, if that doesn't feel like the case for you when you're watching this, well, work with that over the next 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of September, and you will actually become a better communicator and a better negotiator. And anyways, it's all about Libra is all about relationships, and so having more communication in your relationships and your partnerships is what the energy of Mercury and Libra wants to communicate and teach us at this point in the year. Very good. Let's move on. Next, on September 3rd, the Sun in Virgo makes a trine aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. That means the details that we're really focusing in on, it will be very good, well used, balanced, because Pluto in Capricorn is all about really setting us up for our solid foundations, changing what doesn't work, but allowing us to keep what does work. So when the Sun and the Pluto are in a trine aspect, which they have, it happens regularly, that's just easy energy to set into place the things that really mean a lot to you. All right. Next, on September 5th, the Venus moves into the sign of Virgo. Now this can help her too if you are in a relationship. I say she because it's a feminine planet, but we look at this and Venus in Virgo wants us to really analyze what we're involved in, who we're involved in, what we have as far as our values go. Venus loves things, loves stuff, loves love. When it's in the sign of Virgo, she will get a little more detail oriented, a little more particular, maybe even picky, if I will. And sometimes it's all about fine-tuning those details, not allowing certain things to slip by. What do I love? What do I value? Who do I love? Who's in my life? How am I using what's important for me and focusing in on the details of that? That is Venus in Virgo. Yes, it is. Next, see, I'm looking at my notes right here too. Next, we have a little bit of a tough aspect. This one's been applying all month so far. It's on September 5th as well, and it's the exact aspect between Jupiter and Pluto. It's called a quincunx. That's 5/12, and that is a difficult aspect. That usually means there's change involved, and the change usually comes through difficult actions or through uneasiness, whatever that means for you. So on the September 5th and around that day, you know, a few days before and a few days after, as these aspects are applying and separating, the energy of this means that we definitely going to need to make some shifts and changes in what we believe in, what's important to us. And we might see that we should probably see this on a global scale as well, but focus in on what's important for you. And so if you have a shift that you need to make or a change that needs to happen and you're feeling really uncomfortable about it, just go with it anyways and have faith that you're being directed in the right direction, even though you might not know what the ultimate outcome is at this point. But have faith and trust. We're in the waning moon phase right now, well, on the 5th of September. So that just means that there is definitely something about releasing and letting go. Okay? So allow something to move through you and allow something to just be released if you're a little concerned about what that might be. You know, whatever comes up. I can't give you the detail because I don't have your chart, but it can be a little scary for some people, but it will be worth it in the end because goals will be met. 8th of September is the full moon in Pisces, and I always do a full moon and a new moon forecast, so please go watch that. But briefly, that full moon in Pisces is, it will be a very spiritual one or a very drunken one, depending on how you like to use Pisces. Or it might just come and go and you might not even notice it. But that full moon in Pisces is definitely, I'll give you more details on the other forecast. Check that out when it gets closer, but I will give you more on that later. But might be a good night to party if you're into that. All right, and we'll leave it at that. September 10th, we still again in a waning moon phase, and what we have going on here today is Venus in Virgo is in an opposition to Neptune in Pisces. Now this could be that a missing piece of a romantic relationship is revealed, something is revealed to us, or we may find that spiritual person that we've been looking for. We may find that soulmate that we've been looking for. The soulmate relationship could use some adjustment if you're already in one. So when Venus in Virgo, I'm picky and I'm paying attention to the details of my love relationships, is in an opposition to Neptune in Pisces. He's in his own sign. That means there's this romantic thing going on, or there's this pink haze around us, this fog. We really can't see the clear truth of what's going on, but the opposition will reveal that. So in essence, this will be a very interesting day on September 10th, and a day or two on either side of September 10th for you to either be, for information to be revealed to you that's been hidden from you about a relationship, or you may find that perfect person that is perfect only because Neptune is in Pisces. They seem perfect. I'll leave you with that one. All right, back on the 9th of September, though, I skipped one here. We have Mercury in a square aspect to Pluto. So that can be a little bit of a challenging day. Even though back on September 2nd, Mercury moved into Libra, and it did, and we're looking for balance and fairness through our communication. But on the 9th of September, Mercury squares Pluto. So that just means that throughout the day, there'll be a little bit of challenges to us in our communication. All right, so keep that in mind. If you're having a rough day, don't push any conversation or any issue on September 9th. So on September 13th, Mercury and Uranus will be in an opposition to each other. So they'll be on either side of the planets for us to see, all right? When they do that, the energy of this is all about the communicating again. Mercury is our planet of communication, and Uranus is that independent, inspirational, new agey kind of energy. And it wants us to really step outside the box. So if you have any issues going on from that September 9th Mercury-Pluto square, well, this Mercury opposition with Uranus now on the 13th can definitely be more inspirational, and you will be able to see, the reasoning for maybe some of the frustrations that might have happened for you around the 9th of September. So you're able to cut loose from old energies and to really step forward into something new and exciting. Also be prepared for a new relationship or partnership of some kind, at least in the dynamic of communicating and speaking, okay? Venus is active here too, but we'll get into that in a minute. So also on September 13th, Mars moves out of Scorpio into the sign of Sagittarius. So this is inspirational. This is being a teacher, if that's something that is a part of your life. It is having fun. It's adventure. So for the next 6 weeks, we should be inspired in some way, wherever Sagittarius is in your chart. That is where Mars is moving through, so that is very inspirational. It only happens once every 2 years. So take advantage of this 6-week period where Mars is going to inspire you, where you are Sagittarius. All right, and that is going to be a lot of fun if you go with it. Now, the 15th through the 18th of September, not a lot of aspects from the outer planets, but the moon will move through Gemini and through the sign of Cancer. So the moon in Gemini is very communicative, very chatty, very talkative, and would rather talk than feel, but eventually she moves into her own sign of Cancer on the 17th and the 18th, and that is a little more emotional. So just through those few days, for that week of the 18th, really through the 15th through the 18th, all about communicating and then understanding how you feel about that. All right. On the 20th, Mars in Sagittarius makes a square aspect to Neptune in Pisces, both mutable signs. That means that we might have gone ahead way too fast on something, and that Neptune is kind of making it all foggy, and we're not really sure. We went too fast, and we're not sure what the next step is. So give it a few days, allow the energy, allow the fog to clear, and you will be better off for that. So around the 20th, kind of take a little pause. The 21st, take a little pause. Don't move so fast. On the 22nd, though, I mean, we have the sun moving into Libra. This is the fall equinox. It happens late in the evening on the east coast of the United States, and so like 10:50 at night. So when the sun moves into Libra, we know we're looking for that balance. We're at the halfway point of the year, and we are looking at balance. The sun and the daylight and the nighttime are equal. Find the balance in your life. Wherever zero Libra is in your chart, that's where we take our breath and we find our balance. All right? This time every year, I want you to do that. Within 28 hours of the sun moving into Libra and the fall equinox, we have the new moon in Libra. It's at 1 degree of Libra, so it's just a few hours away. 1 degree of Libra for the new moon. So the 22nd and the 23rd and the 24th are opportunity periods for us to really look and find where and what we need to balance in our lives. Now, for me, example, it's in my 6th house. Hopefully you know where 0 Aries, 0 Libra is in your chart. For me, it's in my 6th house of work. So I'm looking to find a little more balance every year this time of year in my daily routine. Where is it going on for you? Well, you know, or email me and tell me your birth time, and I'll let you know where that balance is in your chart, where you're looking for that, okay? Promise I do it for everybody. On the 27th, the Mercury on the 27th, Mercury moves into Scorpio. Oh dear, this means we're going to hear it. We're going to know and understand and just dig in really deep. That Mercury in Scorpio is very intense, very deep energy. We are going to investigate the things that have happened to us over the last few weeks, or something is intriguing us, or something is inspiring us to investigate and go deeper. That is what Mercury in Scorpio is all about. They are the investigators of the zodiac. All right, they're going to look at what do you really mean? I always say what I mean, but some people are always wondering, well, what do you really mean? I just ask. I don't understand. Tell me what you say. What does that mean to you? Those are questions I always ask. My Mercury's not in Scorpio, but those are just always questions I ask, because Scorpio is important in my life. So you might start doing that, asking people, what do you really mean? They don't understand. So that's Mercury in Scorpio in some ways. All right. On the 29th of September, we've got Venus moving into Venus moving into Libra. Sorry, my mistake. Venus moves into Libra on the 29th of September. That's a great time for weddings, for marriages, for people to get together, for people to break up. Because if there's not enough balance in a relationship, then it can be over. Or you find that perfect partner, that mate, somebody. And I started September with this information. Looks like we're going to end September with it as well. Looking at Venus is making a transit in the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. So that, hopefully you can get all of that. That's the September forecast in my eyes for 2014. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find what you're looking for in life. I hope you're able to communicate it clearly. Find the love that you're looking for. Find what makes you happy. Find your internal peace. Thanks once again. Please share and come find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. I am in New England. I teach classes, do personal private sessions over the phone, Skype, and in person. So come see me if you will. Appreciate your time watching this. Thank you. Blessed be, and namaste.